another one of those classic songs from the 1980s. That is Belouis Somme, Imagination, here on 87.7 Radio Airbourne. Let's say hi to Curtis Gosling, who is an RAF cadet down here at Airbourne. It's his 14th birthday today, so happy birthday, Curtis, and enjoy the show this afternoon. Airbourne 2009 starting at 2 o'clock with the Blades, and a little bit later on at 3 o'clock we have the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. And joining me in the studio this morning is Warrant Officer Dave Marshall, who is the Engineering Officer for the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. Dave, very good morning and thanks for coming into the Radio Airbourne studio. Of course, everybody thinks that it's just the pilots who make up the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight, but there's a very big ground crew operation as well, isn't there? Yeah, that's right, John. Good morning. Thank you for inviting me along this morning. Yeah, that's true. On the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight that's based at Coningsby up in Lincolnshire, there is about 33 ground crew. Wow. Yeah, of those there are, including myself, there's 26 engineers on the flight. We are all either regulars or ex-regulars. By ex-regulars I mean we have 5 out of those 25 that work for me. 5 of them are reservists, full-time reservists. Okay. So they are ex-regulars who stay on the flight to keep their skill knowledge. So we don't teach piston and propeller driven aircraft anymore in the RAF. No, that's right. I mean, there must be an awful lot of specialist knowledge in there. Yeah, there is, and the idea behind it, keeping those 5 guys, is that they can then teach the other guys, the regulars that come through, by skill of hand, experience and knowledge through on-the-job training, to keep those skills in the flight. That's it. So it's very much a traditional craft that's almost being passed down the generations, as it were. What aircraft do you look after? Because, I mean, obviously we've got the Spitfire, the Hurricane and the Lancaster who will be displaying this afternoon, but that's not the only aircraft that you have in the fleet, is it? No, that's right. In total we now have 12 aircraft on the flight. We have 6 Spitfires, 2 Hurricanes, 2 Chipmunks, 1 Dakota and of course the Lancaster. Yes. The actual we've now gone up to officially this year up to 6 Spitfires, because we've now got a Mark 16 Spitfire that we're rebuilding that we're hoping to have airborne in 2012. Mm-hmm. So presumably you could have more than one display going on any one day. You might have the Lancaster, the Spitfire and the Hurricane here today, but you might have something else going on a bit further up country with, say, the Dakota and a couple of Chipmunks or something. That's completely true. You're quite right there, John. Yeah, we try to spread ourselves as much as we can all over the country, whether it be the Dakota, the Lancaster, you say, Spitfires, Hurricanes or whatever, just to show the public that we are keeping these aircraft airborne and to carry on the good work of the flight, remembering those people that have gone before us. That's right. Well, from a logistics point of view, obviously it's probably not that easy to go down to stores and get a Dewberry What's It widget for a Lancaster or whatever. Do you ever have any problem with spares at all? I mean, I'm sure there's quite a few Rolls-Royce Merlin engines laying around, but I'm sure a lot of things you actually have to have specially made up, don't you? Yeah, that's quite correct. What we tend to do, we've got a very, very good rapport with a lot of little engineering companies out there who can make items for us. We do what they call reverse engineering. Let's say, for example, we have a valve that is broken. We strip the valve down, make a drawing of it, and they rebuild a new one from those drawings. That's the idea of reverse engineering. That's it, and it's probably better than the original, isn't it? In some ways it is, and in some ways we have to make it better than the original because of current airworthiness regulations. That's right. So obviously the planes are maintained to a very, very high standard. That's absolutely great. It really is wonderful to see these classic aircraft flying. You know, we've got to bear in mind, that they're approaching 70 years old, aren't they? That's correct. Yeah, we have our 12-month period is broken down into 2 distinct halves. We have like the 1st of October right through until sort of mid-March is where we strip the aircraft down, maintain them, put orders in for new parts, start the rebuild after Christmas, ready to start flying again in middle of March, beginning of April, and then we start the display season right through until the end of September. Okay, well, we're certainly looking forward to a display of 3 classic aircraft this afternoon, the Lancaster with the Spitfire and the Hurricane flanking it. Dave Marshall, Warrant Officer, Engineering Officer for the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. Thanks very much indeed for coming into Radio Airbourne, and we look forward to your display at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Right, great. Thank you for inviting me, John. Cheers. Okay, let's have some music from Simply Red now. This is Something Got Me Started here on 87.7 Radio Airbourne with Specsavers.